Excuse me.
Have you ever lost all parental rights to your children with no contact or no way of knowing if they are even okay? I have. In 2021, I lost parental rights to my children due to drug use. They were adopted to strangers, and I still don't have any idea where they are or who they're with. While I know that they had every reason to remove them from me back then, I stand a new woman today with little hope of seeing them and having a relationship before they turn 18. I feel that this is very unfair to the children's mental and emotional well-being. I began my road to recovery the moment they were taken from me. I have had a couple of hiccups along the way, but I stand here today, 18 months sober with no hiccups, and I have grown into an amazing woman that I admire. I have tried to reach out and figure out where my two little girls are, and it has been a dead-end road every time. The state won't help me and my children have a relationship, and I know this is very harmful to their emotional and mental well-being, just as it is for mine also. I feel it necessary to describe my views and knowledge on this situation. Texas removed 9,220 children from their homes in 2024. I am aware that some of those children were most likely truly necessary. It isn't always the case though. It brings to question, how many of these children are suffering with pain and abandonment away from their parents with no way of mending it while they grow into teenagers and then adults? The mental and emotional state can't be good. Continuing, how many of these children's parents had a really hard time in their own walks led them to the same place as me and following through with changing after they were taken away permanently? I was growing up too. I have changed my behavior drastically. Everything that I used to do, I began doing the complete opposite because I was so disgusted and wanted to be a better version of myself. I have fought really hard to become the woman that I am today. Terminating parental rights can have harmful impacts on parents and children, such as psychological distress, loss of family connections, and difficulties forming new relationships. The law office of Brian Fagan states that the emotional toll on parents is as follows. Parents often describe the experience as similar to a death. The sudden loss of connection, even when contact was already limited, can trigger intense grief. This grief may include denial, anger, guilt, and depression. For many parents, the role of being a mother or father forms part of their identity. Losing parental rights can leave them feeling stripped of purpose. Self-esteem may plummet, leading to further struggles with mental health and daily life. Courts often terminate rights due to issues such as abuse, neglect, or substance misuse. Parents may internalize shame about past behavior, while guilt about not being able to change soon enough weighs heavily on them. These emotions can intensify isolation and despair. Emotional consequences for children, confusion and abandonment. Children may not understand the legal reasons behind the decision. Many feel abandoned, even if the parent was unable to provide a safe environment. This confusion can affect trust and emotional security. Long-term psychological effects. Studies suggest that children separated from parents in this way may face higher risks of anxiety, depression, and attachment difficulties. The permanence of the decision often leaves scars that shape how they approach relationships later in life. Loyalty conflicts. Children sometimes feel torn between the reality of a new caregiver and the memory of their biological parent. Even when the parent caused harm, the child may struggle with loyalty to both, creating ongoing emotional conflict. While this is rather helpful knowledge and all very true, it doesn't mention the nights staying up crying, the urgency feeling in your chest as a parent that says you need to find them now and help guide them through life and protect them. For me, the biggest one is knowing a different way of thinking today than I experienced at that time in my life. I had a lack of discipline and proper guidance growing up, and this affected me extremely. I believed in myself and knew that I could change, but the state gave up on me because I didn't get better in the amount of time that they suggested that I get better. Everyone's journeys and growth through life is different. I find it very unfair that I don't have the opportunity to mend this relationship with my children and show them a more mature mother today. Just the other day, I was told what a great parent that me and my husband are. It touched me because that woman recognized it, but when it comes to the state taking my children away, they keep the same outlook and idea of me. It doesn't change. It doesn't feel like there's any forgiveness to make this right, and that is not right. I feel that there should always be an option for parents to enter back into the children's lives if they can prove themselves even after being adopted. I don't feel that should be up to the adopted parents because I see that they tend to think they are protecting the children when in reality they are hurting them if they don't allow open communication. Not only that, but in the end the children find out that the adopted parents wouldn't allow it. Then they become angrier towards them, and now they are angry towards the biological parents along with the adopted parents, which causes really bad behavior and impulsive thinking that could lead to serious trouble for them. In some cases, I have heard them say that the adopted parents have a harder time with the children after talking to parents and not being able to return home to them. This is also very selfish. While they may feel that they are helping them, it's really a part of the process, and in the end, they are going to feel a lot better having answers and communication with their biological parents rather than not. I am aware that children will always have a moment of anger towards the biological parents in these situations, but it always passes. The love that parents and children share is the love that no one can take away, not even distance. But there is room for the emotional confusion and hurt, which leads to anger. Maintaining a relationship with a child after parental rights are terminated is crucial for the child's long-term emotional well-being, sense of identity, and overall stability. Such relationships can help the child process grief and trauma, provides a vital support system, and reduces the likelihood of negative outcomes like mental health issues or homelessness later in life. Emotional and psychological benefits for the child. Ongoing contact with the birth family can help the child process the grief and loss associated with their family's separation. A connection to a biological parent and their history helps the child understand their identity and roots. Maintaining a relationship can provide a sense of stability and belonging that may be disrupted by the termination of rights. Children with supportive family connections often have better emotional and psychological resilience, which can lead to a higher likelihood of success in adulthood. Long-term outcomes and stability. Children who maintain contact with birth families are less likely to experience depression, emotional distress, and difficulty forming relationships later in life. A continued relationship can reduce the chances of a child engaging in self-destructive behaviors or re-entering the system due to issues like homelessness, joblessness, or criminal activity as an adult. The relationship can provide a lifelong support network, especially as the child transitions to adulthood and faces new challenges. The importance for the parent-child bond. Termination can lead to feelings of abandonment and anger in both the child and the parent. A continued healthy relationship allows them to work through these feelings in a supportive environment. The birth parent may be uniquely equipped to help the child navigate and understand their trauma and pain as they share the same history. A court order does not erase the bond between a parent and child. A legal framework that supports continued connection reflects the reality that family relationships can endure even after a legal severance. I could see such positive results come out of all this with everything explained if the law was changed and there were more opportunities for parents and children to be reunited and maintain a close bond. I know this wouldn't be the case in most situations, but those of us that are living a proper life for this possibility, we and our children deserve this. Even studies have shown the importance of this for both parent and child. My personal intentions for this would be to be able to make sure my children don't experience these feelings of abandonment, distrust, pain, anger, fear, etc. due to my absence and their experience through the entirety of the CPS case. I feel that it would help the future of these little girls and so many more.